What is going on, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be reacting to the latest news from CoStar acquiring Matterport. Let's get started. All right, guys, what is going on? Happy Saturday. I hope all is well. And it is official. The news has broken. The news has released. The CoStar Group is to acquire Matterport, the global leader in immersive 3D digital twins and artificial intelligence for the real estate industry. Now, a lot of my virtual tour connoisseurs, professionals, etc., colleagues have probably heard about this. But for the people that haven't, I really just wanted to make a quick video reacting to this article that CoStar released, I think about 2 weeks ago in April, late April, really talking about the relationship that Matterport is going to now have with CoStar, how everything's going to work moving forward. So let's dive in. The CoStar Group, as you guys know, is a very, very large company. They own a lot of other subsidiaries, primarily in the real estate space, obviously. And really what they're trying to do is, and this is a great move on both sides, Matterport's getting a huge payout, but also CoStar is acquiring a great asset within Matterport. So I think from an AI perspective, that's really what CoStar maybe was missing on that side. Matterport was able to, I want to say, give them a certain competitive advantage, let's say. I think overall it's going to be a win-win partnership for both sides, but let's actually get into the article. So I'm just going to read from here. So CoStar Group, a leading provider of online real estate marketplaces, information, and analytics in the property markets, announced it has reached a definitive agreement to acquire all outstanding shares of Matterport in a cash and stock transaction valued at $5.50 per share, reflecting an estimated $1.6 billion of enterprise value, which, as you guys know, the Matterport stock for the past, I want to say maybe, how long has it been around? Close to a decade now, if we actually go to the Matterport stock. It's been pretty rocky, as you guys can see here. So if we go back to the past 5 years, the initial IPO was at $12. It shot all the way up to almost $25 in February of 21, and then reached an all-time high in November of 21 at almost $28. And now it's, the past year really hasn't been that good. The past couple of years really hasn't been that good, but there's been a big jump as the news was broke about CoStar getting it up to $4.50 per share. Excuse me, but overall, they're looking at a 63% loss, fortunately, all time. But that potentially could change based on certain earnings and this new partnership with CoStar. All right. So let's get back to it. Just quick information for anybody who doesn't know what Matterport is. Founded in 2011, Matterport pioneered the development of the first 3D capture solution to deliver dimensional, accurate, photorealistic virtual tours or digital twins for any type of property. Matterport's proprietary and patented technology enables anybody to digitize a property using a variety of camera technologies, including cameras found on most smartphones. So this is one of those things that makes them so just, in my opinion, very easy to use. Is I could take my iPhone, I could download the Matterport app, I could make Matterport tours just from their technology. All I have to do is press a button. It's really, really easy. In terms of photography, it's probably some of the easiest photography to do. You don't need to set an ISO setting. You don't need to do anything with your aperture. You don't need to do anything with your shutter speed, frame rate, anything, really. You don't do anything with that. It's all based on the camera, and it takes care of it yourself. So it's really great. As you can also read here, Matterport also produces a line of 3D capture devices, including the flagship LiDAR Pro 3, as well as the Pro 2, and the the Leica BLK, which is pretty much, I don't want to say replaced by the Pro 3, but the Pro 3 pretty much could do all the capabilities of the Leica, maybe without all of the accurate dimensions of the Leica, but I don't want to get into that now. At the center of it is Cortex, this powerful AI software that automatically generates the digital twin while providing property insights like dimensions, room layout. So Cortex was something that was released not too long ago, but it's something where they're looking to get more accurate and more information as time goes on. So Cortex is going to be a really nice feature, I think, moving forward, especially for property management, real estate investors, construction, anything really to deal with the development of real estate, from building it from the ground up. If you need certain management of it and measurements of how large a space is, and the ongoing management of, hey, here's how many units we have, here's how large it is, et cetera, et cetera. So from start to finish, I think it's great. So Matterport's technology, as you guys know, is nearly in every single sector: real estate, residential, commercial, hospitality, retail, industrial, et cetera. There's been over 12 million spaces captured in 177 countries, representing more than 38 billion square feet. Imagine how much that is total. That's a lot of money right there. Contributing to this growth, they have a global network of several thousand photographers, capture service technicians, and service partners producing hundreds of thousands of new 3D digital twins for properties each month. Now, I probably fall in that category. Momentum 360 does, of the service partner. We're not capture service technicians. We did try that out for about a month. I didn't really find it to be too good of a service, if I'm being honest. So yeah, that's just what we continue to do. So let's get into the meat of this. CoStar Group was one of the first adopters of Matterport technology and currently has almost 300,000 Matterport digital twins available in the CoStar information product and online property marketplaces. CoStar Group marketplaces clearly recognize the value of Matterport virtual tours. In March of 24, there were over 7.4 million views of Matterport 3D tours on apartments.com, which consumers spending 20% more time viewing an apartment listing when Matterport 3D tours were available. We have an official statement here from Andy Florence, the founder and CEO of CoStar Group, saying, CoStar Group and Matterport have nearly identical mission statements of digitizing the world's real estate. I look forward to welcoming Matterport to the CoStar Group family and believe that we will be stronger together in pursuit of our common mission, said Andy Florence, founder and CEO of the CoStar Group, in a statement announcing the agreement. He also added, the world has changed, and today a Matterport is the new open house or property tour. People now select their next home, apartment, office, store, hotel, or warehouse on their mobile devices without ever visiting the property. Now, this is true. Like, I'm in the business of doing this, obviously. This isn't 100% true, right? Obviously, Matterport is great for it. People can see the place. They can check it out before they even visit there. I like to think it's a good, how do we say, top funnel where they can check something out. They can actually get into the property. They can associate with an agent. They can get into that first top funnel, and then they can go down into where they actually are buying. Where before they buy a house, they're probably more than likely actually going to do a physical tour of it. But before they do that, they want to obviously check out the virtual tour. So I'm sure people are buying houses without even visiting the property. But those people are probably not working class Americans like myself, where if I'm going to be buying a property or considering buying a property, I'm going to be doing so by actually visiting the property, feeling the materials. But I will check out properties on Matterport virtual tours. That's the whole point. I guess the goal might be to do this, but at the end of the day, real estate's always going to remain a physical game. So it's going to be hard to, I guess, continue to build that trust over time. The only thing that comes to mind is having that live chat feature that I've talked to you guys about before with these virtual tours that allows people to actually check out really everything that they have, and then they can actually connect with an agent who can walk them through the virtual tour. That's probably the next best thing. That's probably what's on the horizon, but I want to see how we can make it more immersive without somebody like teleporting to the property, which, hey, we might have that in a couple years. Who knows? To carry on with the quote, there is no better way to remotely experience space than via Matterport. CoStar Group intends to support and invest in research and development opportunities to further develop Matterport's spatial technology, including the application of AI and machine learning to extract information from the 3D spatial data library, as well as using generative artificial intelligence to imagine and reimagine physical spaces. End quote. RJ Pittman, chair and CEO, said, we are thrilled to join forces with CoStar Group, a longstanding customer and partner with a shared vision for transforming global real estate through technology and digitization. This transaction is another significant milestone that acknowledges the groundbreaking work Matterport has accomplished in 3D digital twin technology and AI-driven property intelligence. With CoStar Group's expansive reach and scale in property research and analytics, and our joint commitment to innovation, we believe that this powerful combination will transform how properties are marketed, sold, and managed worldwide. Importantly, it offers Matterport stockholders the opportunity to participate in the value creation and future growth prospects of our combined efforts. So essentially, all systems were pointing up with CoStar and Matterport, where this is, if I don't want to make any funny comparisons to this, but it's almost like, I would say, if maybe Ferrari and Porsche came together or something like that. That's not maybe a good analogy, but just so you guys can understand, like two titans of the game combining together, maybe one being bigger than the other. Ferrari might be bigger than Porsche. I don't know. I'm a cars person, but in terms of the transaction value, I'm not really sure on that stuff. Maybe you car enthusiasts can prove me wrong in the comments below. But really what this is pointing to is Matterport and CoStar, they're trying to build a great future here, and there's a lot to be discovered, it sounds like, from a lot of things that are in talks. Some more about this. This transaction, expected to be completed during the year, is subject to the approval of Matterport stockholders and the satisfaction of customary closing conditions, including applicable regulatory approvals. The transaction has been unanimously approved by the Matterport Board of Directors, officers, and certain other stockholders of Matterport, representing approximately 15 of Matterport's fully diluted shares, have entered into voting agreements to support the transaction. Transaction is subject to a 10% symmetrical collar based on a CoStar Group share price of $86.02 at the midpoint. And then obviously Matterport's headquartered in Sunnyvale, California, has approximately 440 employees. Revenue for them was 158 million, representing growth of 16% on a year-over-year basis compared to 2022. CoStar Group plans to provide additional information about the Matterport acquisition during the company's conference call, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on April 23rd, which has already passed. So, with that being said, what are your thoughts below? Is this good? Is it bad for the industry? Now, from my opinion, on a consumer perspective, people that are looking to buy real estate, I overall think this is a great positive, net positive relationship. All right. Now, for service providers like myself who do Matterport, what does this mean? In my opinion, I don't think this is, I don't want to say it's bad. I just don't want to say that it's necessarily positive because, in my opinion, I only think that CoStar obviously is going to use their, where do they say, thousands of operators of global capture service technicians across the globe, and they're only going to get larger. They're only going to use this more and more. So, does that mean more competition? Yes. Does that mean, more opportunity? In my opinion, it does. I think the nice thing is, when I really started growing Momentum 360 starting in 2021, we started using another software, multiple softwares called Cloud Pano, 3D Vista, Kula. All these three softwares serve multiple purposes, right? So in my opinion, I think truthfully, Matterport, in my opinion, isn't the best virtual tour software. It's up there for sure, but in regards to like selling a property and marketing, I don't necessarily think it's the best. And I've linked out different videos. I have a whole hour-long comparison where I go through all the different software, so you can check that out at a later time. But I do think if you were using multiple softwares, I do think there's more opportunity here. I think there's more opportunity for revenue. There's more opportunity for you as a company to stand out. And overall, I think people who need other options, they have that now because people like me are going to be talking to people from LoopNet, which CoStar owns, people that, are in commercial, industrial, co-working spaces, those kind of commercialized, real estate listings, which that's what we are really focusing on right now. We still do a lot of residential, but commercial has been a big focus this year, especially with the residential market where it is. Anyway, I guess what I'm getting at is there's people who are on LoopNet who need other variety of technology. They can't just be using Matterport. Even with the Pro 3, you're going to need to include certain things like drone images, drone videos, drone 360 panoramic images. So all those things from an aerial perspective, until Matterport can figure out, hey, how can we have a LiDAR? I mean, there's already, photogrammetry out there, which is pretty much, a LiDAR aerial version of, a piece of land that's already out there. So until Matterport can kind of solve that piece, I don't see where they're going to be this huge conglomerate. I mean, they still are a huge conglomerate, but where there's actually going to be, I don't want to say like a monopoly, but to the point where there's going to be even more competition where companies like myself are going to get, I don't want to say driven out of business, but, a little pressure because now they can fulfill everything that we do on such a cheaper basis and very, fast. They have all this infrastructure, right? So until that happens, I don't think there's going to be a huge turn in the market. But by then, I probably have pivoted. A lot of other companies have pivoted, and which we're doing right now to make a lot of other valuable services and valuable additions to our current service, so we can get you guys more value. But that's just my 2 cents. I want to hear in the comments below, what do you think about this news? What do you think about Matterport being acquired by CoStar? Is it bad for consumers? Is it good for consumers? Is it bad for companies like us? Is it good for companies like us? What do you guys think? I'd love to hear your perspective below. Let me know. I really want to start a dialogue here and get a lot of my service technicians and people who are industry professionals like myself in this. I also want to hear from current clients, and if you're coming from the consumer perspective, I think this is a net positive for you guys. But I'd like to hear below what you think, in regards to all of this. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really just wanted to go over this quick article. We will see what happens in about 6 to 12 months. So thank you guys for watching.